Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome to another video. Today we're going to start on a Mezco 112 Collective Doc Octopus. So yeah, I gotta say, this figure is phenomenal in ways I didn't think it would be. Yeah, having to play with it at cons for display with Mezco and to sit here and play with the final product has been really cool. And I'm very happy with it. I am personally very happy with it. I love that we've had a million other takes with it with the Marvel Legends guys. And I like Mezco's spin on it. They made it a very simple figure, but what they did with the tentacles, I just thought was dope. So let's get to it. Let's talk about it. Here we have Doc Ock. He is on a more portly body, but it's not as round as some people would like. It's definitely more of a Silver Age portly body as opposed to the outright robust stomach thing, right? So there's this more like you can do a Toad body with this, right? Because you know him and Toad have the bowl cut similarities. I have left his glasses on for one of the accessories. You get 3 pair. We'll talk about that in the accessories. But yeah, one thing I always want to talk about too is that his lighting, the lighting on my lights may actually change, so yours may seem a different color. Watch this. Just want you guys to see it. See, as I change my lighting, it actually changes. So right, so incandescent, white light, and then as I go further into blue light. So yeah. So just be aware with yours. Mine's incandescent because my larger light above is incandescent. So we can talk about that. But yeah, you gotta say, I really like the look on it. The portholes in the back. So just so you know, when you put your tentacles in, they do not rotate. You have to take it out and swap it in the port. That's what helped keep the figure in place when you do certain things, right? So articulation wise, we can hit the T-pose. Little to no issue. As you can see here, we do have a bicep swivel. We have a beautiful double joint here. We can touch our sides. As far as head articulation, we can tilt left and right with our head. We can look down. We can slightly look up, but not a lot. Articulation in the waist area is going to be a little limited due to this here. As you can see, the upper torso here can rotate forward to have that hunch. That means looking down will become a lot easier, but you lose a lot of mobility in this area because of the harness that Doc Ock wears. So they kind of ran with that idea, like you should be able to move like that because of the harness. Our leg articulation can go up a little under 90 degrees. We do have a double knee joint. We have a boot swivel and generous ankle pivot. No, we don't have that. We have the exact opposite. Oh, no, wait. See, I was wrong. We do get some generous ankle pivot. With the help of the boot cut, it helps rotate, but it is still not to the level that I would like it at. So you get more going outward than you do inward. Is it generous? Yes. Is it very generous? No. So it's not to my liking so much, but it is very nice. Now, as you can see, you may experience some bunching here in this area. So you just have to be careful when you're doing certain things with the figure. But otherwise, what I recommend you do is take your thumb, especially if you're ashy, put on some lotion. Take your thumb, pull down, rotate, and then as you stretch, see? That keeps you from getting any crazy markings long-term on your figure. So yeah, you should be fine. As you can see, we can tilt side to side, but going forward, not as much. But yeah, let's take a look at what Doc Ock looks like. Ooh, my arm is jammed in there. Ooh, there we go. Ooh, that was strong. Strontium. Do we have a gauntlet swivel here? No, we don't. So let's take a look at what Doc Ock looks like underneath our glasses. Ooh, they're really in there. I might have to go off camera so I can pull them out. Yeah, let me do that actually. Let me do that. So, as I serenade you with a song, how deep is your love for me? Ooh, tell me what it's gonna be. When you see yourself with a Doc Ock like me and my blue eyes and my bowl, could you see? Nah, just ignore me. But yeah, as you can see, we have a beautiful head sculpt underneath here. It looks really good. So I really like the head sculpt. Again, this can double as a Toad head sculpt in my opinion. And in their early Silver Age, they very much looked alike. So I would not be surprised if I saw a Toad in the future. But as you can see here, we have the brilliant scientist. So yeah. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull out all the tentacles, but not all the stops. And we're going to talk about accessories. Let's get to it. All right, accessories time. So I had the opened hands here. We have our opened action hands, which I'm going to call our devious hands. You will also get a set of closed fists. These are the actual fists that come right out of the package with him. But I forgot these, well, no, the other hands were on him. Strictly because I was so focused on like learning the tentacles. So, as I mentioned before, you will get 3 sets of glasses, 1 for each head sculpt. You will also get one chopping hand, and one pointing hand. Now, in my opinion, the only thing missing from the hand set would be item holding hands. I would absolutely adore some item holding hands because Doc Ock is still a scientist and should be able to, like, you know, be a scientist. Then we have our beautiful next head sculpt, which is the grit teeth sculpt. Then we will have the mischievously diabolical laughter one. So yeah, again, in my opinion, excellent sculpts. These really do nail it and have a certain level of Silver Age awesome to it. Now, you will get you'll get 3 different types of tentacles and 4 of each. Let me repeat that. You will get 3 different styles of tentacles and you will get 4 of each of those. So, starting with the shorter tentacles. So as you can see, you will get 4 short tentacles. These are also bendy. And the reason why I said also bendy is because you will get your 4 regular bendies one, which I've actually added the endings to them. As you can see, they're bendaboo, bendaboo, bendaboo. And out the gate, I started off bending them. These ones come in the L shape out of the package, and they're all bendable. So yeah, as you can see here, curve. You can add the bits at the end. I added the regular stop bits. I will actually add in only 1 tentacle right now because I have a plan. And as I stated before, you cannot rotate them. So you pick which side you wanted to. I'm actually going to choose upward and not downward. There we go. And it's plugged in. As you can see, it's holding them down. No weight issues whatsoever right now. Then you get 4 more tentacles. And all of these are bendy. But what's really cool about this is, right, if you wanted, you can take them and combine them. So that way you can actually combine tentacles to make really, really long ones. So if you wanted to, you can make them even longer and stretch out to fight or do a scene. And they really stick in there. So you got to be careful. You pull directly apart and you should be okay. Last but not least, you get a ton of bits. And these are different types of ones. And I will show you each one of them. You will actually get 4 of each of these too. 1 on each side of the plastic that comes in the case. I took some out already, but I chose the one that is full so you can see the types of the one you get. And I wanted to make sure you guys saw them all. Because for one, I'm going to try to balance it. Paige, my friend, the toy Paige, did an excellent job of showcasing that you can balance it at shows as well as on his page. So you'll get these open ones, as you can see here. These are what I call the regular closed bits, which can actually probably hold items. So instead of Doc Ock holding the items, I'm going to assume that he can hold the items. Let's actually see what kind of item I have here that he can hold. Let me see. See, this is not a small enough item, but I wanted to try it. Then you have the slightly larger one. Nope, still not large enough to hold an item, no. These are what I'm going to call the foot planters. These are going to be used to hold Doc Ock up, in my opinion. It's going to be these ones. You hold flat. Then we have another set. These look like another set of grippers as well, too. Let me try something. Let me try. So technically, yeah, these can hold items. So yeah, you know, it just slips through a little bit, but yeah, technically it can hold it. And I like that. So you have a bunch of different options here for it. Now, what we're going to try to do is on camera, set Doc Ock up to not fall and stabilize. Paige did it with just 1. I'm going to try to do it with 2 because I am not as bold as Paige. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set out 2 floor grippers. We're going to set out 2 floor grippers. And I'm going to try to be a cool guy. And I'm going to take the medium ones. You know what? I'm not going to be that guy. We shouldn't have fear, right? We're going to take out a bit. Pull apart. There we go. We are going to do our best to have Doc Ock do it on 1. Because Paige did it, I could do it too. Paige, if you're watching, you're a jerk because you're about to make me look like a fool. Because I don't know how you did that sorcery, but I am going to attempt my best. And you guys can see it because you're here on the camera with me. I'm going to be an extraordinary tectonic fool here. I don't know how I'm going to do this. I might be crazy. I don't know if it's my table because it starts to balance and then it leans off. So, yeah, it's weaning off ever so gently. Let me see if I can just boop, boop, be-doop, counterbalance. Again, oh, you know what? Paige had him turned sideways. Let me try that. Oop. Let me try that. I'm going to try to do a Paige, have him turned sideways. Again, Paige, I blame you, but it is what it is. He is a master of the Doc Ockness, but I think I've wasted a lot of your time, but if you're invested like me, you're going to keep trying. Or maybe I have the wrong grippers. Let's try a different one. Let's try this one. Let me try a different build. Because I want to do this. I want to show that I'm not a crazy person and I love balancing. This is the kind of stuff that I find intriguing. And again, if I've bored you, you can skip ahead because I really want to try this. I don't know if y'all can see Doc Ock there. Like I have him just tripping. So technically, yes, he can balance it. But I think my table is uneven because every time I try, he like off-centered balance a little bit, no matter how much I adjust it. And I think it's maybe my table shaking and loose because when I just hold it down with a little bit of counterbalance, it holds. So, but as you can see, it definitely can hold the weight. And with two of these, it would be no issue. But I concede. Paige, you win. I could not balance it. So yeah. But as you can see, they're strong. They hold. Like, you will have a great time being a Dr. Octopus fan. If you really, really like this character, this might be one of the best ones for you. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to find my Marvel Legends one. I'm going to find a bunch of Spider-Man villains and a bunch of Spider-Men, and we're going to compare them up for a bunch of size comparisons. I'll see you guys in a bit. All right, real quick, because I forgot it during it, here we are. We're going to talk about the jacket real fast. The jacket does have an opening in the back, so you will be able to put the tentacles through with little to no issue. My advice is put the jacket on first, and then you can port and plug in with little to no issue going through the porthole. My bad about that one, y'all. No problem. But it's time to pop out our tentacle because Paige wins. I wasn't able to do it. And I'm pretty sure I'll be able to do it when I put it on a dial and not on my table. But yeah, it is what it is. Shout out to Paige for that because that was a brilliant idea of balancing Doc Ock the way he did. So here we are. We're going to set up Doc Ock. Have you nice. Now, let us compare him to the two Doc Ocks that I do have. Here we are when Doc Ock got fit in the animated series. This is from that two-pack with Aunt May. And here we are with my modded Marvel Legends one. All right. And as you can see, he actually fits right in between with these guys. He's not the biggest, but he's not the smallest. And yeah, in my opinion, I feel like we're getting something really nice going on. The perfect amount of just slightly smaller. Now, when we compare him to a Spider-Man, though, here we are with the classic Silver Age one. That's supposed to pair with him in the Mezco style. But here we are with a Mafex, in case you wanted to put a Mafex next to him. And then we have a couple of other Marvel Legends ones. As soon as I figure out where I put them, here we are with the Future Foundation Ben Reilly Marvel Legend on that newer body. And then we have the classic one, the Amazing Fantasy 15 one. And as you can see, Doc Ock fits in pretty well, especially if you're going to do Spider-Man whooshing around and avoiding tentacles. I feel like you're going to be in a really, really good spot. It's going to move all those guys over. Next, we can compare to somebody like the Lizard. Here's the classic one. Two doctors just trying to do doctor things, earn their PhDs for their, the 45th time. Here we are with a military figure, the Swarm from Valiverse, and then we have Nicholas Fury Jr. for the Marvel Legends. as we size these guys out. So yeah, in my opinion, I feel like it's a really nice, it fits in and it works with either style. If you like soft goods, I feel like you're really fine. But these tentacles have been absolutely amazing and are the prize of this figure, and it's well worth the price of admission in my point, because we have bendy wire ones. You can make them long, you can make them adjustable. They balance really well. I was being a dumbass trying to balance it on one, but clearly you'll be able to balance on two, and I'll show you that in photos. But I digress. I have to go because I do want to work on photos, and I don't want to keep you guys any longer. So with that being said, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for joining me for this video. Thank you for waiting around seconds and minutes as I sat there and tried to balance it like a crazy person, because I like trying things like this in video, and I'm getting more comfortable to a point where I'm going to try to do more of that. So in the meantime, please be good, do good, drink your water, guys. Later.